How are you, Hitesh?
I am very well. How are you?
Very, very, very well. Where are
Uh,
you?
I am at near my home. There is a jungle.
Wow, actually, it looks quite amazing. I wish I was
Yeah,
there.
it's very good. Yeah, I also wish you are there. I have already invited you when you are here in Mumbai.
I know. Life has been, you have no
Yeah,
idea
I
how life has
understand.
been
Yeah, yeah.
lately. It's a constant, I would say, journey.
I
It's
like your
insane.
shirt,
So,
man. It's very
yes,
cool.
thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you. Here in Bali, that's all you need because it's very hot. So,
Oh, here in India it is also very hot.
yes, yes. Is the
It's
rainy season
yeah.
happened
It's
already?
rain is coming and going. Rain is coming and going like that.
Okay, okay, I
Yeah.
understand. Oh, I have actually a technical question. Should I change the name here? My new M Pro, how do I change that?
Mine. Actually.
Rename. Okay, yes, got it, found it.
Okay.
I put yeah. There we go. Done.
So after so long time, lots of efforts, finally we are meeting.
You're right, we're meeting here in this reality.
Yeah, in this reality,
So
right?
how has life been for you lately?
Yeah, it's very good, very good,
Yes.
very good. So should we start?
Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Is the mic good or? Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's very good.
Because I hear you with a bit of delay actually. No?
Okay.
So I don't know.
You
But
can't hear
let's
me
try.
properly?
Yes, I hear you, but with
Okay.
some delay. Maybe the internet connection I have here, I'm not sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, but it looks fine.
Okay.
Give me one sip of water.
Okay, okay.
Good. You have any questions already written or
So I believe in the flow. So let the flow
very good.
take over.
Very good. I love it.
है ना?
I love it.
So my first question is Mio to you. So how you came into this? What is your journey? Where you born and how you came to the spirituality? How it all started?
Exactly. So I don't think I have a special story. As many people, I was just living my life, even if I
Okay.
was young, and I already somehow sensed that there was not true happiness in the way life was being lived by many other people. So
Mm.
I realized that by having more of what I already had at the time, can be money, girls, whatever, no, can be for one. It wouldn't make any difference. So I say, okay, let's give a chance then to the journey within, and let's explore if inside there is the happiness that I was longing for. And eventually, I started my journey when I was very young, 23 years old, and also ended it almost at the same year, in the sense that I found what many people I heard look the entire life for. And yeah, my path was definitely the path of non-duality, Advaita Vedanta, yoga. And it was very, it felt like home, if I am being very honest, because since let's say I found that knowledge, I really felt like with this I can do it. It's gonna be enough for the goal, no, for like awakening, everlasting peace, and all of this. And yes, I've been very serious about it. I really like contemplating the knowledge that I was listening, reading, and by doing this combined with some meditation, I would say. I somehow, yes, I sensed it, like I felt it deeply. When they say you are that, you are God, you are the soul, and you are not the even beyond the soul. So that was, in a nutshell, my journey, I would say.
Mm. So is there your some you follow some path, some guru? Who is your first guru? You want to share something? What is the
Yes.
first
So
teaching?
yes. So I remember the first book I would say that was truly transformative. It was Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. And that really helped me to understand, first of all, what yoga means, what can offer to one, And since the beginning, I had a sense that it was different from the religion that I grew up in over there in Italy, because yoga it's a path of you experiencing eventually the
Mm.
oneness and realizing it. So it's not about faith, it's not about belief, it's about doing and like not really like bringing that like practices, whatever it is, maybe knowledge or meditation, into your daily life and somehow like getting a result out of it. So then I can also say that I found like different gurus on the path. I remember Ramakrishna Paramahansa, even if he passed away, through his teachings from his disciples like Swami Vivekananda, Shivananda, Swami Brahmananda. And yes, these two I would say were like somehow like very important to me. One to start the journey, and the other one somehow to end it in the sense like to really bring like the deeper knowledge that was deeply transformative.
So, do you connect because you are from West? So, do you connect more with Eastern teaching or the radical non-duality speakers now these days? They are very radical. They say no path, no journey, everything is complete here and now. So, there are teaching like that, or there are teaching Eastern teaching, which says this is a gradual path because ultimately don't have to reach anywhere. It's infinity. So, what resonate more
Yes.
with you? And what is
So
your
I
way? What
believe
is your
it
teaching?
depends according on the evolution of the soul. If the soul is very aware already and very detached from things of life,
Hmm.
yes, so I can say that it really depends according to the individual soul because can you hear me, Tesh?
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I would say it depends on the individual soul because there is a moment in the spiritual journey where an easier approach to spirituality it's needed. So you need to prepare yourself, and then eventually, when you become more aware and you have like more tools to your disposition, you can start to approach this like pathless path. No way, everything is here and now. So I guess like both combined are somehow like perfect when it comes to not reaching the spiritual awakening because not everyone has the same tools, not everyone has the same preparation. Some souls are still somehow like no, they still need more knowledge to prepare themselves to then receive the final knowledge.
So, is there any final moment for you? Like so many people or gurus are sharing that one day on that time I was sitting there in the garden, like Eckhart Tolle from West. He also shared that I was sitting on the bench. I know the one speaker from the West, Tony Parson. He was sharing his spending, I think, 20-30 years with Osho at Rajneeshpuram in USA. And then he left everything. And then one day he saw one carpet and suddenly something happened inside him. So is there some moment in for you or it's a gradual process?
So it's a gradual process when it comes to prepare yourself and to get ready for the final moment. It's like, climbing steps. That's what Ramesh Balsekar used to say. But then there is the final step.
Mhm.
So I remember I was in my room and I was contemplating some knowledge, the final knowledge about who we really are. And then I felt it, and immediately I got somehow like not
Boom.
rejected, but I got pushed back somehow. But that was enough. Like it was the glimpse that I needed, and in that moment, just by feeling it, was somehow like enough for me to identify with it. And in that moment, I really like felt the oneness that I am the one in the sense that in my totality, you know what I mean? So definitely there was a joy coming after that moment because like the whole brain, the whole mind somehow got like reshaped and it started to get this new identity, the identity of the one and not of the separate, no, but the one appearing as many. So yes, definitely there was a moment like that, and it has to happen in order for like the true identification with what we really are in our essence can happen. Like awakening is something that like the last step I would say has to be there so you can really like experience everything that you have learned, everything that you read about. They say we are para Brahman, like beyond God. Okay, but unless you experience it and you really feel it on your own being, while you sit and like contemplate the knowledge, you don't really have it. So it's more about like bringing it down from the mental here in the heart where you feel the experience and then like really like embodying it somehow.
So you can say that life has been changed before enlightenment and after enlightenment. There is a era.
Oh yes, absolutely. Because I change somehow. The idea that I have about myself change. And when it comes to living life, two things are very important. Who you think you are, what you think about yourself, and also what's your worldview, what you think about the world. And with that experience of oneness, when you realize the one, you as everything, everything starts to change. The identity that you have about yourself, you take that identity as the one now just appearing as individual. And about the world, you think about it as yourself, as your own creation, and it is exactly the way you want it in your essence as the source. And now, with the awakening happening through this body mind organism, now I can impact my own creation directly towards the way, of course, like sharing the knowledge and spreading the same message and like improving it, let's say. So, in that sense, it changed. However, I would say not in a dramatic sense of the things that I do, because there is this beautiful saying, which is before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. And after enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. So more or less, the things that I eat, the things that no, that I like are kind of the same. But what I think about myself and the world is completely different.
Who say this thing before enlightenment? Chop food and kill the water.
Yeah, I guess it's some wise master, you know. It's always a wise
It's very
master.
nice.
Doesn't
I
really
have
matter
heard.
who.
Yeah, yeah. It's not doesn't matter. But I like this phrase. So my next question is like that only. So you are sharing your teaching or whatever you have experienced, and what is the method of you? Like you are. I know you written one book. So now, what is your way to share your knowledge or whatever you are getting? That nothingness.
Yes. So ultimately, it's about awareness, it's about presence, and it's about wisdom. These three things combined, it's exactly what I see being very transformative, especially with a soul who is more ready, let's say, to allow awakening to happen. If I meet a spiritual seeker who is advanced, I can use these tools, of course. However, if I meet a soul who's maybe just starting the journey, I can, let's say, give different knowledge just to prepare it. You know what I mean? Like not lower knowledge, but knowledge more about life, I would say. Because many people, when they start their journey, they have some like noise inside themselves in the mind because they don't really understand life, how it works, and they suffer from it. So first, we need to calm the mind a little bit, even if it's not like that easy. And then when like one is like it's calm, there's more energy somehow, more like space for higher teachings to come in. So eventually, like it's about knowledge anyway, but like the level of knowledge that you can share with people, it's very like subjective. You can write a book, yes, like to summarize more or less what you do, but guess what? Each individual will take from the book that I've written exactly what they can grasp and what they are meant to grasp. So
Mm.
that's why the book that are written is like first part is about life, second part is about the ego, and the third part is about who you really are. It's like a process, I would say.
Gradual process.
Yeah. But it depends. If you are like an advanced soul, you can just skip to the last part, read the last part, and that's it. You got it.
Or maybe you can't read the book and you get it.
That's it. You know.
So, like people think that after enlightenment, you don't have desire to physical need or any craving for chocolate, or there is a myth that enlightened people don't have any kind of desire or any kind of craving inside them. So, what your take on that?
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a myth in the sense that you will stop somehow acting as a human because the body still is here, even if awakening happened. It just that you don't take it personally, like in the sense that like if there is a desire in the mind, it's not my desire. If there is a desire in the body, it is not my desire. It belongs to these different levels of my being, and there is no point in escaping from these desires, in not like somehow allowing them to manifest, especially when they don't actually bring any suffering to anyone, to yourself in the first place, and then also to others. And it just also at the same time give you some type of satisfaction of pleasure to the no elements that you have. So when it comes to living life after awakening, It's something that you have to integrate somehow, like your spiritual understanding with the different levels of your being. The human body is such a wonderful machine that it allows you to experience yourself also ultimately as who you really are. And when it comes to directly like experiencing reality, the pleasures that you get feel very nice. So why not still eating some good food, let's say, and it's something that you don't like, for example? Like there is no real reason to do that. So the way I see awakening is more about like embracing life in its totality and really like through this body getting the best of it, the best knowledge, the best food, the best like everything that you can.
So you mean you are still eating masala dosa?
Yes, of course. And chocolate and pasta and
Uh,
pizza and I love it.
yeah. So you are not that enlightened being now. You don't get yet.
Yes, it's okay. I mean, like it has nothing to do with I would say it has not too much to do with what you prefer here. Like
Mm.
allow the things that you naturally like through your body, according to your genes, you know, to your conditioning, where you grew up and everything, to keep happening if it's healthy for your body. Because it's true that eventually you have more like awareness about the body and you have more love for the body. So, for example, you will avoid certain things that are somehow like toxic, you know, for your body, and you will prefer things that are somehow like more like not healthy. That's true, of
Mm.
course.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Your body became a temple, you can say,
Absolutely.
where God stays.
Exactly where I stay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's very good. So, do you remember your anything like your past life, or uh, do you still interested in that teaching? There is a teaching, or so many
Yes.
gurus are claiming that they have after enlightenment they go through their past life. I know lots of master who claim that they have seen their birth from stone to their evolution from stone to the human. So do you have any kind of experience like that, or you want to share something?
Look, what I can say is that the interest of seeing the past is not here in this moment. And
Mm.
also because of my journey, which was the way of knowledge and not the way of meditation, many of these abilities of the mind, they are still somehow locked. They, you know,
Mm.
they didn't come out to full expression in this lifetime. However, I can say that sometimes through dreams or you know like you get some glimpses of like some images that you feel on the deepest part of your soul that this image belongs to a past life, for example. So sometime here and there, it can happen, but it's not something that I actively seek because I don't have any interest in it. Why? I feel content. I feel complete. I'm here literally to be present in the moment. And if I do a different type of work for me, the way I am made, is not helping with really like enjoying and experiencing life in the here and now. So just because of preference, I like now to be as simple, to live simple, and to enjoy what I already have here without too much effort, without a lot of personal doership, you know, just experiencing what is now with who I am now.
Mm. Wow. Uh, so you end all the question, all the spiritual teaching ends in 15 minutes with Master Mio.
it's it's a simple, you know, ultimately it's about simplicity. That's why many people don't get it, you know. That's
Mm.
what they say in the circles, in the spiritual circles. It's about being who you really are. It's not about doing, it's not about pretending, it's not about thinking. It's about knowing, it's about being, it's about feeling finally everything from the heart. And what I can share with you is that I realized that life really starts to feel when I really brought down somehow the understanding of oneness to different parts of my being, including the body. Because when it comes to the body, even the body can somehow feel the oneness and feel part of it. So it's important to remove as many egos as we have. So even the physical ego, it's important to put it aside and to really allow yourself to experience the oneness fully on different parts of your being. And this process, it's also very healing at the same time and very transformative. You know, they talk about this in integral yoga from Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. When even the cells, they become aware of the oneness, they become aware of their own divinity. So what I would say is that first know who you really are, like experience the oneness, and then allow it to come down on the different levels of your own being. So a life experience for you becomes truly divine in its totality. It is not something, that is felt only like on the mental level or only on the soul level. No, it's about something that like it's fully experienced here and now through this like I say every part of your being, also the body eventually, which is let's say the closest one to matter. So this is what actually really like this is how I really enjoy enlightenment. This is why I truly now I'm very, very happy and I don't want to leave the world for sure. There is no desire to going out and being out of here because by allowing no the descending force to come even into the body, you have such a great pleasure and not to experience life from this point of view in this way that truly feels wonderful. And now I really feel I'm leaving now.
So, do you think being present with the living master is benefit for the seeker?
Ultimately, it's the best thing that a spiritual seeker can do, a spiritual person can do, because they have a living example of who they can be.
Mm.
A master is your higher self expressed fully in the form of a person, of a human being. So the only thing you need to be careful is just to understand that each one of us has our own personality, but everything else, it's exactly like who you really are. Like when you see a master living, if you just like go beyond the personality, you see exactly the individual soul being in the front and really taking
Mm.
over life, and only some certain traits because they belong to the personality of the human that is representing are somehow like in the front. But it's essential because you can really like can somehow like grasp, like you can have like examples of how to behave in a certain situation that will come to you, maybe different form, but the same topic. So it's about like learning, it's about confirming what you understand, it's about really integrating fully, like awakening also into your existence by seeing it already like in play in someone else who already like time passed and like awakening has been somehow integrated and embodied in daily living through this human form.
So, after awakening, is there any moment where you really become a sad, or there is no sadness?
I would say that it's more about, again, don't taking anything personal. That's like
Mm.
the superpower that you have. There is a lot of space between you and the mind, between you and the body, between you and the individual soul also, because you are like so much in the witnessing, no,
Mm.
state that for you, it's not even a question about identifying or not. If sadness comes, as it comes, it goes. If
Yes.
happiness also comes, as it comes, it goes. Everything is like comes and goes in front of you without really impacting you in your essence. It can impact you somehow on the different levels because even as the individual soul has an evolutionary part when it gets in contact with nature, right? So it's for the learning of this evolutionary part. Let's say some emotions may happen, some events may happen which trigger certain emotions, but you as what you really are in your essence, as the one, as the witness, you are completely untouched. And if awakening truly happened, that's your real identity. You never like allow yourself to somehow like lose, like into the different identities which are like separate. You are as you are, free, clean, beyond everything, and at the same time giving life to everything.
Mm. What is your take on the spiritual marketplace or spiritual mall where people go and buy stuff They spend their lifetime in ashrams and doing one kind of meditation. I know people who are doing meditation from 40 years and still they are struggling with their teaching, and they somewhere they become more rigid. So
Yes. So it's about the destiny of the soul. It's about the lessons the individual soul has to learn. It's about the karmic relationships we have with each other. Life is not that simple in the sense like it's complex. When it comes to what happens, there are so many reasons, so many different motives, no, of why we do something or something else. And also like the result of our actions is very subjective because according to the readiness and the destiny of one, then one can learn more quicker or less, no, and slower. So it's very subjective. It's part of how it is, and one should only focus, I would suggest, on his or her own individual journey and to always be honest with oneself.
mm,
What am I getting from doing what am I doing now? Is it truly like impactful and transformative for me? Or I feel like this is not my spiritual home. This is not my practice. This is not my way. Because ultimately, even myself, at the beginning of my journey, there was a phase where I was exploring different paths. And finally, I decided, like, okay, to go all in one because I felt at home. I felt like just by a little bit of this, I was already like getting some understanding, some like truly transformative experiences in my life. So it's just about this. Be honest and focus on your individual journey and like move on accordingly to what you are getting. You have to be very practical when it comes to enlightenment. You have to really like be very honest. You have to really like have it as your main aspiration. That's the only thing that truly matters. And that's why like you can't lose time. You can't waste time. You can't spend like 40 years with the same thing without getting any benefit. It's not about being in your comfort zone. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone. So then like, the final understanding can happen.
yes, yes, very nice, very well said, Mio. So this is it from my side, Mio. I don't have any question left. I want you to meet very dear friend of mine who set up all this technical thing for me, so this interview can happen. It's Vijay. Hello.
Hello, Vijay. Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very, very well. I love Hitesh. Since the first time I met him, I really sense he's such a smart soul. And
Great.
yeah, because he also got me, like since the first time he's like, I think Mio is up to up to something, So I really appreciate when this happens because I try to hide it most of the time.
Great, great. You have same eyes like me.
Yes, like this. Woo.
Same. Okay.
And where are you from?
I'm from he stays in my neighborhood.
Okay,
Great, great.
very nice,
Thanks.
very nice. No, thank you so much for setting up this. It's a great opportunity, because every time I have a chance to talk about this, it's more like having a chance to be with myself again, like just putting attention of myself. So it's very lovely every time I'm in the company of spiritual people. It's for me the most fulfilling, I would say, thing that can happen in life.
Nice, nice. So Mio, I will put your books link on my description. I have YouTube channel. I will upload this video. I hope you don't mind on YouTube. If anyone wants to contact you, I will share your
Yes,
email
yes,
also so they can mail you. They can buy your book. They can take
very
more
good.
teaching from you, Master Mio, a very good friend of mine.
Thank you so much, Hitesh, for the
And
appreciation. It's fully mutual.
yeah. So maybe they will contact you, some people who are still seeking and frustrated with their seeking. So you will help them.
Yes,
And maybe in
yes,
the future we can do more one-on-one session with you. Or whenever
absolutely.
you
That
are
would be
coming
lovely.
to Mumbai, we'll do direct shoot.
Yes, that can be such a great idea. We'd love. I would love
Yeah.
to do that. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Mio. Love you. Love you lot. Lots
Thank you
of
so
love.
much, Hitesh. Om
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya.
Shivaya. Bye
Om Namah
bye.
Shivaya. Ciao, Hitesh.
Bye bye.